I'm here to share the journey my family and I have been on the past 25 plus years as we've learned to take our dirt and convert it and regenerate it into a healthy, functioning soil ecosystem. So what I've learned over the past 25 plus years is that there's basically 5 principles to a healthy soil ecosystem. And those 5 principles are: number 1, least amount of mechanical and chemical disturbance possible. Number 2, keep armor or residue on the soil surface at all times. Number 3 is diversity of plants, animals, insects. Number 4 is a living root in the soil as long as possible throughout the year. And the 5th principle is animal integration. We have to integrate animals and insects back onto our farms and ranches. I used to wake up every morning trying to decide what I was going to kill that day. Was it going to be a weed? Was it going to be a pest? Was it going to be a fungal disease? I was going to kill something. And now I wake up every morning trying to figure out how I can get more life on my operation. And it's much more enjoyable working with life than it is with death. The number one question I get from producers as I travel and give presentations is, how do I get started? Where do I start? And I always tell producers, just do something. Get a living plant out there. Do something, because the current model is not working. It's not profitable for most producers. We have to change the model, and we do that by adopting these 5 principles onto our own operation. And it's going to be different on any operation. Producers are not going to use the same equipment. They're not going to plant the same crops. They're not going to run the same livestock. Those are just tools, but the 5 principles are the same everywhere. So what I tell producers is, I ask them, what will allow you to sleep at night? So I tell them, take one field. Now that might be just 1 acre, or it might be hundreds of acres, or for some producers it's thousands of acres. Whatever will allow them to sleep at night, knowing that if this doesn't work, it's not going to jeopardize my operation. What normally happens, a producer will take a field, and I tell them, commit to these 5 principles for 5 years. Say for 5 years, I'm going to adopt these 5 principles on that particular field. What normally happens then is, by year 3, they're changing their entire farm or ranch over into a regenerative model, because they see the change in just a very few years. What I want to impress on people is that their land and the livelihood they make off it is a direct reflection on them, on their stewardship, on their management. It's up to them to apply the principles, and they will be able to reap the rewards based on their stewardship on their operation. I've been asked the question many times as far as, what are some of your failures? And I do not share that with people, because just because something failed on my operation doesn't mean it's going to be a failure on theirs. People often come to me, well, what specific cover crop should I go? What type of livestock should I use? I'm not going to tell you that, because I don't know your why. I don't know what you enjoy, what you want to do. You have to adopt these principles in a way that fits your operation. So there is no specific right thing, right or wrong. One of the things that drives our operation is, which is an operation run by my wife, our son, and myself, is we're always continually striving to learn. And that's why it's important to attend events such as Soil Health University. It's important to read. It's important to rely on agronomists and extension and NRCS, other agency personnel, other farmers and ranchers. Never be afraid of learning, and never give up learning. If you stop learning, you're dead. So if people want to learn more, they can go on our website, brownsranch.us, or they can go on the website soilhealthconsultants.com.